Hello everybody. White and Nerdy Man here, back again with another episode of Slay the Spire. A lot happened yesterday. I didn't really do a whole lot of recording. We were celebrating Merca yesterday. It was July the 4th. Had a good time. Didn't really do a whole lot. Just kind of stayed home, chilled out with the dogs, tried to keep them from going absolute panic whenever fireworks happened and all that good stuff. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Big news though, on my regular Slay the Spire file, on my own main file, I actually won as the Silent. So second victory, but this time it was off camera. So with that confidence in mind, let's go ahead and continue the run that we were on before as the Silent. Had a really good build going on in that other run with the shivs. I was just able to overcome most of my obstacles by just shivving it to death. Hashtag good life advice. But I need to remember what relic we picked at the end of the first boss here for our run with the Silent. I believe it was Sozu. Gain energy at the start of your turn. You can no longer obtain potions. It's a bit risky, but that extra energy will come in handy. I need to refresh myself on what the contents of our deck is, because I did play a bunch off camera yesterday, and I think I kind of got lost in the mire of details in our run. Okay. I'm not 100% sure what kind of build I had in mind, but we're just going to keep on rolling with it here. You guys are probably just coming off the prior video being like, what the heck are you doing, man? This is why it's not advisable to play multiple days, or not to play a run a couple days since you last played it, if that makes any sense. So, let us see what route we have before us. We have a little bit of gold to work with. I don't think we're going to really be able to purchase a relic yet. Not with our current amount. So let's just go ahead and go 3 combats, and hopefully we'll have enough to work with once we get to the store right there in that middle. Yeah, once again, hope you guys are enjoying this series thus far. I feel like it is going pretty well, with the victory and the wins, something I did not expect, especially to happen twice in a day, once on camera, once off camera. But this enemy, gotta love him, he is going to be going for 10 damage right off the bat. His special ability is that whatever he leeches out of us, he will restore health-wise. If he actually hits our HP, he will restore health equal to the damage that is done to our HP. We want to avoid that as much as possible, so my immediate vote is defend, and of course we have an extra pip of energy because of a relic that we just got, and also Happy Flower. We were just able to get another bit of energy, not injury, so we'll have enough to negate the damage that's coming in for him. My vote is Dagger Throw for some card draw action going on. I'm going to discard Defend because we really don't need it. We're going to go a 1 Endless Agony, and go ahead and barely bypass his block for 5 damage. And we're just going to do it again. Each time that we attack him, some of his plated armor will fall off. It just works the same way that our plated armor buffs that we had whenever we were rolling with the Ironclad earlier. I'm going to save Endless Agony just in case we need it, and see what kind of pain he's going to deal on us. Blocked. No pain at all, as a matter of fact. He's coming back at us for 12. We could. We don't have enough to block the whole thing. My vote, or we could, actually, if we did footwork, gain 2 dexterity. Yeah, and then 7. I would do piercing well at this point, but there's really no point. We have all the damage thoroughly covered. We'll just end the turn. Can't really even strike to get past his shield, so why bother? It's gonna hurt me. It's gonna kill when you do damage. Enough with the silliness there. Once again, we're going for another 12 damage. Considering my options here. So, we're going to do Survivor to get rid of that strike. It will do less damage, but I want that poison going in on this guy. And just all-out attack, since that's the only card left for it to discard. But yeah, this game, it's so crazy enjoyable. Off camera, on camera, a lot of times what happens for me with me in games is that I kind of play it to death, and then I get sick of it. Right now, 26 hours deep, total playtime, including what's in this Let's Plays, and I have not gotten tired of it at all. I'm quite enjoying it. It's probably going to become, if it has not already become, my favorite roguelike of all time. I really want to spend more time with it, and there's some exciting news that there's going to be a DLC character coming, as well as some additional content that they're going to patch into the game for free. They haven't disclosed they have not disclosed the date yet, but I'm extremely excited to see what those devs have been cooking up. Back to the game here. My vote, since we have a ton of energy to work with. I don't know where the other one came from. Oh, it was from Flying Knee, that's right. We're going to choke him right off the bat to get some damage going in on him, as we will take some damage this turn, unfortunately. Oh, okay. I wonder does the choke actually affect his plated armor? There's the one. Okay, no, it's just the one time. Never mind, wishful thinking. Oh, and he's actually weakened. Oh, it's because neutralize. I need to buckle down and pay attention. And just hit him again. There we go. So we will continue to receive no damage. Choked wears off, but we got him down considerably far. I think next turn it'll be his demise. Yeah, and we are exactly right. Dead and done. Got some money. Got a strength potion. Oh, never mind. No potions. Thanks to Sozu here. But I think, honestly, the trade-off of getting the extra energy, more flexibility each turn is worth it. Let us see what we have here. Noxious Fumes. At the start of your turn, apply 3 poison to all enemies. And it's the Noxious... I cannot talk today. Noxious Fumes plus. That honestly seems like a great power. We are not necessarily going for a poison build, per se. Reflex. If this card is discarded from your hand, draw a card. Not necessarily going heavy on the card draw either, but we want to keep our deck fairly optimized. Choke is fantastic. We're getting some expensive cards, but honestly, I think Noxious Fumes will be worth it. I just can't... Noxious Fumes. Wingardium Leviosa. Let's keep going. Next combat. One of these days I'll learn how to speak English. Okay, this fellow is going to be annoying because he will keep all of his block at the end of each turn, and he's going to be tanking even for more block. So I say no to that, but poison will bypass shields. So my thought immediately is Noxious Fumes. I should have played Choke. We could do Phantasmal Killer for our next turn to set us up well for next turn. He's really going to be tanking super hard. Decisions. Footwork. Phantasmal Killer. To prep ourselves for next turn. Sure. Endless Agony. He's going to have a ridiculous amount of block, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 61 block. Oh, but Noxious Fumes, that's right, he's got Artifact. I should have paid attention to that. So it'll take 3 turns for poison to really kick in. But we will be okay, because we have Defend. We're just going to completely negate the damage that he was going to be doing to us. Flying Knee. Get some of that daggone block off of him. Poison Stab, because we're doing double damage this turn because of our lovely Phantasmal Killer. And then Strike. We have almost completely eliminated his shields. Not going to bother with a block, just because we don't need it. We will get a debuff, Frail. But he's getting down into territory where it's going to... I think it's definitely going to... Actually, I think we'll be able to kill him, maybe? Neutralize him, just in case. Strike. Yeah, he is dead. Fantastic. That could have gone a little bit worse. I am liking the current synergy that we are rolling with here. Will be enough to take down the final boss. We will see. Blade Dance plus. Add 3 shivs into your hand. That was like my lifeblood in the last run that I had done, in which I had won. Deflect, free block, but it's very minuscule, I feel like. Masterful Stab. Costs 1 additional energy for each time you lose HP this combat. This is a viable strategy, I feel like, because we are going with a bit of a tankier build, especially with Dexterity in mind. I really don't want to acquire too many more cards, but especially where it's initially free, I think it'll be a good investment. So just go ahead and grab it. On to the next combat. We will hopefully have enough to buy at least one relic. We could be daring go combat elite combat, but we might forego that. I haven't made up my mind yet. Ah, this pair is an interesting, troublesome lot. Centurion and the Mystic. Got a healer slash buffer and a damage dealer. Classic RPG trope. So, immediately, we have a pretty good hand, honestly. No block this turn. So let's just do Noxious Fumes. Masterful Stab to you in the back. Flying Knee. Once again to you in the back. We're going to minimize the damage that we receive. Actually, with Orichalcum, we will have block. Yeah. Pro play. His strength is down. Now, once again, it's only down for one turn. As you see where that shackled effect is, at the end of this turn, gains 6 strength. But Orichalcum will be popped up, and we will be able to subvert the damage. Fantastic. Try again next time, Nighty Night. Ha ha. And the Mystic is going for a buff. We definitely want to eliminate that thing as soon as we possibly can. Got poison going on. Okay, the turn's going to kind of play itself really. Footwork to increase our dexterity. Defend. Defend. All-out attack to deal damage to both enemies. The Mystic is definitely hurting poison-wise. And we're just going to keep on applying stacks of poison to him passively each turn. He's going to heal like a jackwagon. Ugh, so much HP. So much healing going on. Makes me mad. We do Dagger Throw to card, draw card, and discard. We do not need to defend, so off with you. Strike plus. He's going to die next turn from poison. And strike. And a strike. Orichalcum, even though we're not receiving any damage whatsoever this turn. Mystic is dead. Centurion is going to raise some block on us. Block on himself. Pardon me. Neutralize immediately just to get that attack down. We could... let's go Choke. Just go ahead and start dealing passive damage for each and every time we do one of these things. So Survivor Plus. Get rid of one of our Endless Agonies. It's going to go back in the draw pile. Play Endless Agony just to get the extra choke damage and strike. He's almost halfway down. Now he's halfway down. But yeah, I'm hoping, back to, I'm thinking about the daily climb schedule. I'm thinking tentatively every other day to make one episode on one day, make an episode of the regular Let's Play, and then the next day a daily climb for the prior day or something like that. I may not be able to do every single day as I want. It'll just mainly depend on work schedule and things that are going on in my social life. I'll try to keep you guys posted about that and just post as often as I can. I would definitely be playing this game a lot, so never you fear when it comes to that. Back to the matter at hand. 24 damage coming in. But we might be able to kill him. Might. 30... no. Yeah, 20... 29 damage. He has 9 stacks of poison. Yeah, he will die next turn. We're in a good place. He might as well just bring it home with all-out attack. Fantastic. So far, we're escaping the city with no damage thus far. Okay. Sucker Punch, deal 7 damage, apply 1 week. Calculated Gamble. Discard your hand, then draw that many cards. It's free. It's risky. It could get us out of a potentially bad situation. But my deck, though, it's just getting too crowded. There's not enough room for all you guys in here. I like what we got. We're going to keep rolling. Once again, if you guys disagree, if you guys feel like that was such a new play, then just let me know. I'm open to suggestions and feedback. Not an expert. Back with this plated insect thing again. Shelled parasite. But now he's got a buddy that's going to, whenever we kill him, apply vulnerable onto us. Not optimal. We could go with Piercing Wail to make him lose all of his strength. So that he doesn't get an attack in at all. We have no way to weaken him otherwise. We can go Choke on the Fungal Beast. Piercing Wail. Yeah, so he will deal absolutely no damage to us, which is fantastic. Now I'm wondering if I kill this fungal thing this turn, if he will end up dealing damage after that. Or is it going to still remain 0 because his strength is 0? Because we will get a stack of vulnerable. There's no escaping that if we do that. He's just going to buff himself this turn. Let's just go ahead and kill him and see what happens. That way when we encounter the situation in the future, we'll know. Okay, so I guess 0 times the 25% is still 0 in that instance, so we will take no damage. Oh, and I even had Orichalcum anyway, so I've been forgetting about that. But still, absolutely 0 damage. We're fine with that. He's going to go... Now, since we were vulnerable, he's going to deal a little bit more damage this time. Not necessarily, said the man. Neutralize. There's really no point in striking him. Let's defend. And defend again. Just to get the block up there. Really no point in trying to pierce that shield. And now we are no longer vulnerable, so we just have this fellow to deal with here. This word is going to be the death of me. Noxious Fumes. Yes, let us do it. Poison Farts each turn. Something along those lines. Masterful Stab. Yes. Strike. Also yes. And he will receive some poison damage, though. Get behind that annoying little shield he keeps getting each turn. Going to forego some life regen there. Not today, buddy. All out attack. Pardon me for just a second. OBS is freaking out again. Okay, everything's all good. My apologies. We have no defense. That's problematic. He's not going for life regen this time, so it's not as bad. Let's Dagger Throw. See if we can get a card draw with defense. Not so fortunate. We could go Phantasmal Killer to guarantee the effectiveness of our next turn. Yeah, there's nothing else that we can do. We will be taking, well, only 6 damage because of Orichalcum. Oh, and Endless Agony, yeah. Because each time that we attack him, that plated armors, he's going to lose a stack of it. Only taking 6 damage, not too terrible. Immediately, neutralize. Poison Stab again. Strike, strike, defend. He is really hurting right now. Oh, I should have, I will be taking 1 unnecessary damage because I could have just kept it with Orichalcum. For some reason, I thought my block was 6. It's okay. Now, since we have taken 2 HP damage this combat, Masterful Strike will be more expensive, but it's okay because this guy won't be around to have any sort of say about it whatsoever. He's going to die next turn of his poison. See ya! Yeah, poison is, it's very interesting. I've tried to build a deck around poison before, but I don't know if I just didn't utilize it properly, but I find it more useful at the moment as a supplementary aid as opposed to something the forefront of a build, but maybe I just haven't got the right cards, or maybe I just need to get good. Let's consider our options now. Blur, gain 5 block. Block is not removed at the start of your next turn. That's great, especially if we really need to tank up for whatever reason. Prepare, draw 1 card, discard a card, slice, attack, deal 5 damage. I hesitate to do that because it's a better defend. Maybe at the next store we can delete one of our defends for this card, but I honestly think that is a good idea to retain that. To have block retention would be something else. So speaking of the store, let's go ahead and go consider our options. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Let us see. I always look at the relics first. The boot. Whenever you would deal 4 or less unblocked damage, increase it to 5. Mummified Hand. I mean, it's worth looking at, but we can't afford it because, because of 9 gold. I wish you could sell stuff. That would be too easy. When viewing your draw pile, the cards are now shown in order. Oh, man. Okay. That's worth it, I feel like. Yeah, we can really get cerebral with this kind of relic. We can really predict our plans, so to speak. I think it's from right to left of the order, or maybe it's left to right. We could go campfire, or campfire, combat, campfire. Not getting ferried into the direct path of an elite enemy. We do have an opportunity to face an elite, though, right before the boss, if we're feeling really daring. Yeah, let's go that way. I'm feeling okay with where we're at right now, HP-wise, so we're going to smith and upgrade a card. We could upgrade Masterful Stab, just increase the damage. Phantasmal Killer will upgrade will be only 1 instead of 2. That's fantastic. Dagger Throw, increased damage. Choke, 5 HP as opposed to 3. Poison Stab, increase damage, increase poison. Neutralize would apply 2 stacks of weak instead of just 1. Oh man. Blur upgrade. Gain 8 block. Block is not removed at the start of your next turn. Let's go with this. I might be making some unorthodox decisions, I don't know. I'm just kind of going with what seems best. Whenever I go back and watch my work, I kind of critique myself just a little bit. But it's just fun to just kind of roll with it and see where the tides take us, so to speak. Right now they're taking us to the next combat. 2 artifact nonsense yahoos. That's the thing. Let's neutralize him just to get rid of artifact. We will be taking no damage this turn, but he's going to shuffle some days into our draw pile, or our discard pile. So Flying Knee. Strike. Strike. And all-out attack will kill him. Fantastic. 1 enemy down already. And now we can actually look and see what's coming up next. Cards are drawn from here from the start of the reach turn. So, I believe it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be these 5. That's not a bad turn coming up, honestly. Nifty. I like this relic a lot. I think that was a very good purchase. He's just going to tank the heck up more. 25 extra block, which is ridiculous. I'll tell you what else is ridiculous. Noxious Fumes. Should have played Choke first. Dagnabbit. It's okay. We're choking him now. Oh, okay, so the Choke debuff wouldn't have done anything anyway. We could play Phantasmal Killer here, but I don't want to take the damage unnecessarily, so we're just going to discard Defend. We have these 5 cards coming up, Endless Agony, so I'll have a copy of that. Defend, Footwork, Blur, in case if he's really wanting to do some damage. He's going to hit us. There's going to be a debuff coming in. It's Frail, unfortunately. We have some extra energy to work with, thanks to the Happy Flower. That is going to hurt considerably. But, I say to you, Dexterity. Blur. Although, I don't think we'll have any block to carry over into the next turn. We could apply... Well, we can't apply Weak, because he's just going to negate it. We're going to take some damage this turn, unfortunately. 8 damage. Not horrible. Not optimal, either. Noxious Fumes will poison him. Not this turn, but the next turn. I don't know how many times we just got thwacked there. I guess just once. So Masterful Stab's going to cost once. It's a good way to... keep tabs on that kind of thing. He's going to attack and block. My view, Dagger Throw. Get rid of a regular strike. Poison this suck-a-duck. Defend, defend. And he's that poison's just going to reach right behind that 33 block and just kind of slowly kill him. And each turn he's going to get 3 stacks of it. Yep, there he is. This is your end, buddy. We could even poison him even more. He's gonna go again with another ridiculous attack. I say flying knee to you. Masterful stab to you as well. Poison stab. Still not gonna be enough to kill him. Because even if I did, he has 8 stacks of poison. If I did 8 damage with Endless Agony, he'll be down to 13, so it's still not going to be quite enough to kill him. It does me a frustrate. We will be taking 15 damage. I am not happy about that at all. But there's really nothing that we can do. He just kind of got the better of us, unfortunately. He will die next turn. Just strike him. Hit him where it hurts. Cannot take any more potions, and I think that even includes like buying them from the store. So that might end up being our undoing, but let's see, another calculated gamble. We'll skip that for now. Flying knee plus is tempting. Leg sweep. Apply 2 weak, gain 11 block. That's fantastic. Way better than one of our defends. But I don't think we are en route for another store. Unless if we happen to go up in this way, and we would still have the option for the elite enemy. Yeah, let's go up this way. See if we can get enough money to remove a card. We'll do that. See what this question mark is. In an abandoned temple. Oh, yay, the book. Let's see what kind of wonderful things we'll find if we'll find something akin to the Necronomicon. Giant book. Open riddle with cryptic writings. As you try to interpret the elaborate script, it begins to shift and morph into writing you're familiar with. Read it. Yep, about meow, ow, knee, ow, ow again. And then, not liking where we will be HP-wise, but we're coming up on a campfire right after the chest, so I think we'll be okay. We have Nilreese Codex. At the end of your turn, you may shuffle 1 of 3 random cards into your draw pile. Well, sure. Why not? Give us a little bit more combat strategy potential. Let's open the chest, see what we have. Wing boots. You may ignore paths when choosing the next room to travel to 3 times. So that's fantastic. That'll get us a little bit more flexibility in traveling throughout the Spire. As you can see, we're not limited by just this path anymore. We can go to any of these, but we can only do that 3 times. We might want to save that for the final floor, just in case we get ourselves into a sticky situation. I tend to avoid elites on the last floor, so we're going to rest. Not the best place HP-wise I would want for us to be. We're not going to have enough money to spend at the store, really, at all. We could possibly have cards. My deck is kind of oversaturated right now to begin with. We're just going to go straight for the question mark. Might as well at this point. Not waste any of our shoes. Let me see. Whew, pardon me. Sorry, I felt that one coming on. That's why I kind of went silent there for a second. Council of Ghosts. As you continue your ascent, thick black smoke begins to billow out of the ground and walls around you, coalescing into 3 masked forms, and they start to speak. Another puppet of Niao, I think. Agreed! She always makes the funniest toys. You notice an oversized grin as the third addresses you. Ignore the others. Would you like a taste of our power? Accept. Receive 5 apparition. Lose 39 max HP. Yeah. Intangible is fantastic, but no, that's way too risky. Maybe on a future run. Maybe the next time maybe we can, for another run, we can be anything that I've said no to in the past, we have to accept, or something like that. How disappointing. You will join us sooner or later. Ha 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 ha. The shape fades away. The shapes fade away, leaving only the unnerving laughter ringing in your ears. Let's get out of here. That was kind of creepy. We will go combat, and depending on the results of this combat, which this enemy, dagnab, I do not like this enemy at all because he's so freaking OP. Depending on the results of this combat, will determine whether or not we're going to try to go after that elite enemy. I immediately say flying knee to you, a poison stab as well, and a strike. Let's view what's coming up next here. Dagger throw, neutralize, piercing wail, all out attack and defend. Not horrible. We can add one of these cards to shuffle to our hand this next coming turn. Burst. Sounds great. Yeah. That would pair nicely with piercing wail to really get his strength down, or defend. He's going to hurt us, unfortunately. That means Masterful Stab is going to cost 2 whenever we get it. Aggravating. Neutralize. That way he's only dealing 12 to us. Oh, okay. It's not going to be guaranteed in our next hand. It was just shuffled into the draw pile. Okay. That makes sense. Unfortunate, but it does make sense. I say defend. What are we going to draw next? Get another defend. Save our piercing wail for another time. Dagger throw. Discard piercing wail. Defend again. And just all-out attack. Heal hook. Deal 5 damage. If the enemy has weak, gain energy and draw a card. Noxious fumes. Sure. Heal hook sounds interesting. Now we get to see exactly where that's going to go. We're going to block all this damage, thankfully. None too soon. This creature is very annoying. Choke. Footwork. He gets direct HP damage, too. It bypasses his shield. I didn't realize that before, so that's fantastic, actually. Strike. Endless Agony. Endless Agony. Poison won't be enough to kill him. And we're going to play a defend just so it chokes him a little bit more. We're going to skip. I think next turn he's going to be fairly well dead. Enfeebling Spores, that's alright. We'll definitely have an attack that's going to be worth, 2. And there it is. Dead and dead. That could have gone a lot worse. So I'm thankful that it went the way that it did. Okay. So, there is a temptation to tank up because of Masterful Stab, and just not wanting to lose HP in general. However, my deck is getting overcrowded. I do like the prospect of Dash a lot. Let's just take it. Make it out 25, but I really don't want to take any more cards. Unless we absolutely have to. Let's go question mark. Okay. Merchant, we actually have the opportunity to delete a card, but let's take a look at some other cards. Adrenaline is super awesome. It's only good for one use, though, for an entire combat, so it's more of in a pinch kind of thing. Let's remove a card, because I've been harping on that we've been needing to get rid of a card. Let's just get rid of one of our regular old defends. We have plenty of cards that are just plain better. We'll keep on rolling. Right before our boss. Relic-wise, I think we're okay. Let's just go regular combat. I could have gone with the elite, but honestly, I want to kind of play it safe since we have the boss coming up very soon. Let us see here. Masterful Stab to you immediately because I want to kill the Mystic as soon as I can. What are we going to draw next? Blur. Yes. Draw the card. We need to discard something. Let's discard Strike Plus. Bear with me for a second. Gain 8 block at the start of your turn. Do not remove it. We do Piercing Wail. Everybody's damage just goes down by 6, so they'll only be dealing 8 damage. I'm considering. Piercing Wail. Blur. Defend. And then we can choose a card here. Nightmare. Predator. Deal 15 damage. Next turn, draw 2 additional cards. Caltrops, which gives us Thorns. Sure. We'll shuffle that into our draw pile. And we will be receiving no damage because of Piercing Wail. He's going to be going in for a debuff. Gives us Frail. A little bit less defense coming in, unfortunately. Well, don't worry, because you're going to get choked. You're going to get dashed. We'll have enough to defend, so honestly, all-out attack on you. You and your kin. Choose a card. Let's skip. Moderate amount of damage, but no HP damage, thankfully. Now that's more than a moderate amount of damage. Holy crap. That's nuts. 24. We will receive... No, not 24. Do your math, Chad. 10. With Survivor, that is. Phantasmal Killer. We're going to make an investment into the next turn. I could do a weak potion, but I want to save that for the boss because it's my very final potion. We'll skip. Yeah, I definitely think that we made the right decision in doing this. Now we'll have double damage. Neutralize you, son of a gun. Noxious Fumes, so you will get poisoned. Footwork to gain extra block. Poison Stab. Sure, Glass Knife. Since we're at this stage in combat, why not? We're going to get 2 damage. He's going to suffer just a little bit of poison. Glass Knife is immediately our friend. Dagger Throw. I could have just looked and see what we were drawing, but it's okay. Let's get rid of one of our Endless Agonies. Neutralize you. I probably actually... Well... My hand actually made up for my bad decision there. Endless Agony. Caltrops. Just because. At this point. Skip. He's gonna die next turn. Yeah, if the poison doesn't get him, then a nice stab to the face will. Or knee to the face in this situation. Alright, guys. We're about to face boss number 2. Let's see, what card to get? Poison Stab Plus. We can deal 8 damage, apply 4 poison. Outmaneuver, which is pretty tricky to pull off. Let's just skip. I like what we have going for us so far. We definitely need to rest. We're still not in an HP situation where I would like for the boss. Oh, especially this boss. This might be where we die. I don't know. This boss is very tricky. I've only killed him once. Actually, twice, technically, since one of them was a daily run. But okay. We're going to go ahead and do Noxious Fumes. He does have Artifact, but that'll wear off eventually. Could do Blur, then Dash, to really have a lot of block for the next turn. Or Phantasmal Killer. Decisions. Blur. Dash. And once he gets a few turns of Noxious Fumes, then he will be hurting. 2 shivs into your hand, apply 2 weak, gain 11 block. Yes, we'll go with that just so we can get the blocks going up. He's going to summon minions. These guys are going to be tough. They'll be coming at us for 22 damage. The minions have been poisoned. Immediately, I say... Masterful Stab, because I don't know if he summons these minions anymore after they're expired. And thanks to Blur, I think that was good turn prepping on our part. We will actually have enough block to subvert all this incoming damage. Especially if we do that. Endless Agony once. Strike. Strike. I wish energy would carry over to the next turn, but we do not have such relics, unfortunately. Caltrops will be good for this battle. Yes, we'll go that just to get damage dealing on the enemy if we tank up. He's going to steal one of our cards! Oh no! Stasis, yeah. On death, footwork is returned to your hand. So he is a card thief. The little fart knocker. Let's go ahead and caltrops it up. We can do leg sweep to apply weak to him. His artifact is gone. We'll wait until he attacks next. That way we don't just waste a turn. We have enough block so that we're in a position in which we are comfortable with. Kill. Discard regular strike. Unload. Deal 14 damage. Discard all non-attack cards in your hand. Heck, let's just do another caltrops. Just every time we get attacked, we're going to really deal out a lot of pain. Footwork will be returned to our hand once that thing dies. And he just stole the caltrops that I just got. You little jerk. Okay, so he's going to be coming at us for 10 damage. Times 2, 20. But luckily for us, we have Neutralize. And actually, I think the turn's just going to kind of play itself as this point. We're going to get Footwork. Yes, I want the Dexterity. We can go Survivor, discard that Defend, strike this guy. Let's go ahead and throw another Weak Potion at him, just so he has that debuff longer. Burst will be great. Oh, intangible. We will leave that alone for now. He's going to receive 3 damage for each time we're attacked. Let's just keep going after his minions here. They are actually pretty strong little boogers. I thought my game was going to crash there for a second. I was like, no! Let me see. We could really apply weak to him by doing burst and leg sweep so he gets played twice. Let's do that. Just keep him weak. Neutralize you. Get an extra poison stab going on that minion, that way we can kill it as soon as we can. Piercing Wail, Malaise, or Predator. We'll skip. That's what we'll do. That minion thing should die the next turn. I'm almost positive of it. Yeah, he will die next turn. We could kill him early to go ahead and get caltrops back in our hand. 38 damage. Oh, that hurts. It hurts to look at, man. So we're going to go Blur. Yeah, we will actually... Masterful Stab you. We won't be able to do the attacks that we want to do. I was wanting to do all-out attack, but these cards, one's going to discard the other. Let's just avoid damage. Miraculously so. Minion's going to die of poison. Bullet time. You cannot draw additional cards this turn. Reduce the cost of all cards in your hand to 0 this turn, which is incredible. Is our deck too oversaturated at this point? Honestly, I think Bullet Time might save us. Minion's dead, we get caltrops back. Hyper Beam. He's going to hit us for a massive amount of damage, but he's going to be stunned for a turn. Honestly, to play 3 to get the rest of them for free is a win. Caltrops. Phantasmal Killer for next turn. Dash. Strike. Defend. Even though it's a vestigial concern at this point. Could just keep going, gaining dexterity. Why not? Yeah, just keep rolling the powers in. Or anything, he's going to start slowly dying. He's stunned this turn. He's just going to go for 14 damage right off the get-go. We have no way to block. But he's choked. So, endless agony. Footwork, you know, for the future, I guess. Strike. Flying knee. This will hurt slightly. Well, we'll have Orichalcum, so we'll only be taking 8 damage. Not too bad at all. We're gonna skip. We're actually doing better against this guy than what I thought. He's got a pretty moderate amount of poison on him. And he's gonna get hurt for 6 damage each time he attacks us, so... I think we're in a better spot than what we were before. Dagger throw. Get rid of the defend. We don't need it. Strike. 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 Do calculated gamble. Let's just skip. He takes 13 poison damage. He's going to try to keep on taking up. He's been weakened for so many turns. It's fantastic. Oh, honestly, this might be a situation in which it just kind of plays itself. Gains 17 block. He's only going to be dealing... He's going to be dealing 18 damage. I'm kind of remiss to lose out on Poison Stab, but it's okay. It's worth it to not take the damage. Because he's just going to get... He's just getting passive poison each turn anyway. We'll skip. This is an interesting tactical fight so far, but I think we're whittling him down. He's an annoying critter, that's for sure. Showing my southern roots there for a second. Nice say, strike, and strike. I would play Burst, but it's only good for this turn. There's really nothing to defend against. He's just kind of continually dying from poison. We just keep applying more stacks than what's fading off of him each turn. I think we might have this in the bag there, gang. Holy mackerel. And it's a really good friggin' thing, too. Bullet time is a good trade-off, because everything is free. Phantasmal Killer, neutralize. He's already weakened. Gain 12 block. Block is not removed, but we're only going to take 7 damage. I think next turn, honestly, guys, I think we got this. Yeah, he is definitely going to die. Trying another Hyper Beam. Too bad, he actually killed himself. Congrats, dog. You just played yourself. Oh, and it makes me so sad that we don't have potions anymore. Because of that potion right there, Ghost in a Jar. Gain Intangible. Whenever you get Intangible, all damage lost that turn is 0. It's to 1, pardon me. That makes me sad, and the Sozu eats it. Oh well. We made this choice. So, we have a choice of cards to add to our deck. Burst being one of them. I kind of really wish that we had the Bullet Time regularly. That actually did very well for our build. In consideration to everything else that we have going on, Burst wouldn't be a bad idea to really get... It's good for tanking, for sure. It does not work with powers, it's just skills. So let's just go Burst. Percentage-based calculations always ran down at the end. That's good to know. Let's see what's in our next chest here. So, we have some interesting potential going on here. We have Ori. Upon pickup, choose and add 5 cards to your deck. That's good. Cursed Key. Gain energy at the start of your turn. When you open a non-boss chest, obtain a curse. That could be potentially bad, but will gain even more energy to work with. Or Philosopher's Stone. Gain energy at the start of your turn. All enemies will start combat with 1 strength. Let's go Philosopher's Stone. It's just 1 extra damage. It could add up, but you know, for 3 enemies, that's only a maximum of 3 extra damage per turn. Or at least the first turn. I think we have enough block cards to cover that. This might prove to be our undoing, but we'll pick it. But we're going to go ahead and call the episode here. Thank you guys very much for watching and supporting the series. All of you who have been keeping up with it thus far, I'm really enjoying it, and I hope you guys are as well. Daily Climb still is coming. Won't be too much longer. It'll happen when it happens. I'm hoping very, very soon in the very near future. Try to the next episode where I can actually, speak the language of my birth. Anyhow, it is White and Nerdy Man. I will see you next time on the next episode of Slay the Spire.